I can't hear him.
Yeah, I'm here, mate. I'm sort of
Oh,
listening while I'm working.
oh, the link I sent is to actually be on. You can talk now if you want us to do that. We need
Yeah, yeah.
there you go, Chris.
We're
We're
going
live
live.
now.
We're live now. Let's do it. We're live now. Welcome,
Mm,
welcome back, everyone. We are finally live again.
Hi,
Finally live again.
Chris and Francisco. We're trying to get back to the Haze Club. Obviously, we had two Haze. One of them happening last night. So to begin with, we're gonna play that clip that we got from one of our Rocket Lab guys that was out there. I'm filming this. Let me give him some credit. So Eastern Shore Space Flight. He's been going out there, man. He did both Haze launches. He was out there yesterday giving us updates. There was like 3 people from the community like recording it. I heard these guys had a blast there. They were meeting like people and taking pictures and stuff. They had a good time out there. Hopefully we all get to do that for Neutron pretty soon here. But I just want to play the clip that he made so we can all watch, and then Chris, you can talk about Haze, your favorite topic. Just watch this real quick.
Definitely.
That looks nice.
Yeah, and this is kind of the view that I get off my back deck. I don't see like a lot of detail, but I do see the street. I see the colors and the light. Um,
That's cool. And that's a tiny electron, so imagine what we're gonna see when we get neutron out there. That's gonna be a blast.
yeah,
It's
and what's
really
crazy is when it gets up, it goes like
I was right.
dovetails. The thing just like goes like out straight one
It just
direction. You don't
oh,
get to see a lot of it. But yeah, we saw this. We knew it was coming up about, I guess, about 3 or 4 days before it actually launched,
gotcha.
and we're probably looking at another one coming up here the next 4 to 6 days out of Wallops. Another haste launch.
4 or 6 days, you said? Like I didn't know they have another one now.
Yeah, there should be another one coming up very, very soon.
Okay. Well, I know like we're still waiting for that dart from Hypersonics, and that got pushed to the fourth quarter, so that could be anytime from now till the end of December. So yeah, we should have at least one more. Not too,
Yeah, the dart thing, man. All
not
right,
too much.
so you guys are gonna hate me for this, and Francisco, you're gonna hate me for this, but I think dart's getting pushed back until probably spring of next year. I think that thing is getting pushed back.
What's so
Um,
far? What's so far?
not for Rocket Labs in, but again,
No, I know,
as
I know. They
usually
had technical issues, and that's why it got
exactly,
pushed back.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's not on Rocket Labs in. Normally it's the customer, um, and we've seen this in the past where that the customer tries to take on a bit more than what maybe they're good at doing, and it might be a better idea to allow Rocket Lab to take over some of those aspects, and it does cause delays. But um, yeah, the Dart mission, I do see that getting pushed back until spring of next year, unfortunately.
Mhm. Well, I hope they can get a figure out launch this quarter. It will be sweet. I mean, I just want to get as many haste as we can get. Today we have so many news coming out of Europe and everywhere about hypersonics, everything going on all over the world. So I think haste is going to be a popular thing here in the States, maybe in Korea, Japan, and Europe, like we said. What do you think?
Well, we saw what happened with Synspective, right? Um, about what 2 or 3 months ago, Beck and the team went out to Japan, met with his inspective team. We called it then. They're going to expand their constellation, which they're doing now with 10 additional constellation launches. South Pacific is very hot for Rocket Lab.
Yeah.
I saw someone earlier in one of our chats ask, about, possible, like, where else could Neutron be? Um, New Zealand is not, they don't have the infrastructure.
Yeah, the last interview, like Peter Beck said, pretty much that yeah, it's hard for Neutron to come to New Zealand, so I don't think that's happening. I only watched
Haste
it
is a
once, and I was
possibility.
like half asleep. But like I know that the guy did ask him to, he asked him about Neutron. He was in that. You see that last interview? So I think Mobbox posted
Yeah.
it. He was in the driver's seat with Craig Murphy. That one was very interesting. It was kind of cool because it was cool to see Peter Beck like driving his what was it, his DeLorean, and like I'm like this dude is gonna put some engines on that thing. It's only a matter of time. You know he puts engines on everything. He's gonna
He
put
puts
jet engines
engines
on
on
that
bicycles. I mean, why would he not put
thing.
more engines on that? And Mod is always right, dude. If you guys don't follow Modbox, check him out on X. He's full of great info, and he's a lot of fun too. Just a lot of fun. But yeah, Beck's gonna put an engine on anything he possibly can.
He
Uh,
sure is. I mean, he
he's
put
not
it on
invited to
his
my house.
seat, on his back. He's put a freaking jet engine on everything. The dude is crazy. He loves jet engines and everything, or rocket engines, whatever he's doing. But yeah. Let's see.
Hey
What do you
guys,
think about that?
just on that thing about Neutron,
Yeah.
maybe having another pad somewhere around the world. Haven't Rocket Lab got a contract with the Air Force, the US Air Force, about demonstrating taking a payload
Yeah.
from one point on Earth, assuming Wallops, to somewhere else? Well,
Yeah.
where's it going to land? That contract has actually been created, but there ain't no second pad for Neutron anywhere.
Yeah. But I don't know. That's a
That's a
good
great
question.
question.
Maybe
That's a
it'll be a
great question.
re-entry in Australia, I think, because they helped even BARDA get that permit in Australia to do that re-entry for their for the field. So I'm assuming that that's an option. Right? It's probably going to be easy, like launch out of Virginia and the second stage like land somewhere in Australia. I think that's the option. What do you guys think?
Well, I think you got to look at the easy and the obvious, right? The easy and the obvious. So you're gonna look at allied countries, um, countries that are ramping up for a possible, something like a Golden Dome kind of a project, which we've seen with Canada, the UK, Australia, Japan as well. So someone that's going to be able to capitalize and make money, not really make money, but get some return off their investment when it comes to defense. So you definitely look at something as ease in allied countries. Maybe not too far. I know we joked about Canada being the 51st state. That's not going to happen. But they are looking into investing in the Golden Dome with Trump and the U.S. That could be a possible, realistic next site for whether it's a HASTE or a neutron. In my opinion, I'm looking at somewhere more in the U.S., probably the East Coast, California, Colorado, maybe Alaska, where we
You
already
think
have a
you think
launch
it's
site.
gonna go from the US to the US? Maybe. Hmm.
That seems more probable. I mean, just it's a U.S. company, U.S. based
Yeah, I
company.
guess I can go the other way too, huh? I guess they can go somewhere in Hawaii too. I guess could be
Oh
anywhere. I
yeah,
just
very
think that
easily,
since they
very
had that
easily.
permit already, that they helped like BARDA get like in Australia. I figured that would be the best bet and like something easier and far enough to actually demonstrate like a
Well,
really
you look
great.
at what they did with Varda, and you look what they did with Varda, and you look at what's coming up with INQ and quantum computing,
Right.
and all the data centers that are going into most of the states on the East Coast, like Virginia and North Carolina, they're loading up. They're loading up big time on data centers and quantum computing. Um, INQ is just got a brand new base right in Central Maryland, right next to Rocket Lab, right there in Central Maryland. So yeah, there's a lot of possibilities. Um, if you
Yeah,
think
but that's
about,
different.
yeah, the combination. No, you're fine. You're fine. Um, uh, I think we're early. I mean, we're really early on a lot of this stuff. It's fun to speculate. I guess that's what we're doing here. We're just kind of speculating on what could possibly happen. Nothing is
AJ,
guaranteed.
AJ is saying Australia too. I kind of agree. I mean, like if you really think about it, like even like remember how we talked about this, Chris, like years ago, how we know that Rock Lab has been helping Australia for like 2 years now, right? Or something like that, right?
Right. Right.
So I think that's for me. I will bet that that will be the best bet because we already have like a relationship with them. We already help border. So for me, that will make the more sense because I get your point from the US to the US, but that's a short flight. Why not go and do a long flight, and you go because anything that's going to happen, you want to demonstrate that you can push these things all the way out to China, let's say, close by. So Australia makes the most sense to me.
Oh yeah, you look at what is that company? Hypersonics. They're already working
Hypersonics
with
Australia, yeah.
yeah, they're already working with Rocket Lab and the HASTE program. They're very close by. Yeah, that makes total sense. Total sense. Um, you look at not just Australia, New Zealand, but now Japan, probably
Japan,
South Korea.
Korea, South
Yeah,
Korea.
exactly. So we're looking to dominate the South Pacific.
No, no, in Europe now, yeah. And now, like I broke some news that like I think Europe and South Korea they did a partnership, so they're gonna be working on a lot of things, and Rock Lab just happened to be in the middle of all of that. So I think that's gonna be great news for Rock Lab too.
What do you think is our we have the possible Mineric, acquisition coming up. If we
Oh,
actually
that's
get the
happening in 2 4 weeks.
yeah, we see that coming up. We've been talking about this for weeks, man, and weeks. Um, and we know how Europe is. You know, they got crazy regulations, and you've got to kind of own a company before you can actually be allowed to do whatever. We have the possible acquisition coming up, but what do you see in the future outside of France and outside the UK with the HASTE program? You see anything more coming up for Rocket Lab in the European mindset,
I think like
maybe the Golden
Japan,
Dome?
yeah, Japan and I don't know. So South Korea might be interesting. The U.S. just announced that they're moving some of the Reapers. They're gonna be stationed full time in South Korea. That's heating up out there. And you saw the news that broke, like the France like went and captured that Russian tanker because apparently they were shooting drones out of there. Yeah, that's gonna. I think all this news is gonna help the drone companies and also Rocket Lab with Electron and Haze, which is gonna be good. But yeah, I think things are gonna move faster. Even the U.S. and Europe are saying that they need to speed up like all their hypersonic testing. We're falling behind, and we got all these contracts, all these deals. Like you see how they what is it? Not the Dream Chaser. Is it the Dream Chaser from Sierra? So people have been working on that for 2 decades and nothing to show for that. That was gonna be like a kind of like a cargo, kind of like transportation, kind of like shuttle. But that's down the drain. Freaking 2 decades and nothing to show for. The U.S. actually needs to start handing contracts to companies that actually deliver and start like get rid of all these primes that all they do is work on stuff for years and years and they got nothing to show for. They only get these contracts to make money, and that's not gonna work. China's gonna kill us if we keep doing that.
Well, you got a prime like a Lockheed, right? That is delivered over and over for the U.S. government. Um, we know Lockheed is invested in Rocket Lab. We also see a company,
They
right?
divested. They invested, but remember, like last year, they sold everything. And the rumor is because they wanted Electron to get some black upgrades, and I guess Peter Beck said no, that was it. They were not gonna do that, and I think Lockheed got mad and they divested because they wanted a 1K 1,000 kilograms. But yeah, they're actually not an investors anymore.
That's interesting, especially considering the Maryland complex.
Mhm.
Also, you look at a company like a Kratos that is coming up that is, in my opinion, they're going to compete directly with a Lockheed. Um, Great technology, great leadership, great leadership. Uh, the capabilities are equal to, if not above and beyond, what Lockheed has produced in the last 5 or 10 years. Any thoughts on Kratos going forward?
I mean, Kratos is on fire, man. Kratos is gonna keep getting contracts. Gates was I say is gonna hit 100 faster than Rocket Lab and ASTS. And I mean, I've been calling that for a while. But Kratos is just a beast, bro. And you know how they got that contract with Taiwan of their drone. Today there was some news that came out about AI drones and Kratos. They had a nice cool video. So yeah, it's gonna be Kratos is on fire with the drones, and they got a lot of stuff. They got satellite software. They got AI. They got a lot of stuff. I really, you know me. I love that company, and I just hope that Kratos and Rocket Lab work more together in different things.
At what point are you going to eat your Kratos hat? Like, what does it take for
No,
Kratos before you eat
I'm
your
not.
Kratos hat? Like the
I'm
last
not
video,
eating.
that
I'm not
was
eating more hats.
awesome. Are you still like, recovering from the last hat that you ate? That was
That was
awesome.
interesting.
That
Yeah,
was
that was
great.
fun.
That was a
And
lot of fun. That was so much fun.
yeah, that was
Uh,
before I was gone, huh? Like I took a little break. I had to go take care of some stuff. But yeah, I don't know what else. Like we had that haze last night that went great, I guess. And then we had the haze a few days back. So it's two haze within a week. That's actually pretty good because that helped us close like the quarter with some extra launches. I mean, we were looking bad, right? What do you think? Like, damn, we're not gonna get enough launches for this quarter. But I
was
guess
there
we
was
did
there
good.
a haste launch last night? I didn't see one about last night. I mean,
That's the one that I just played
4 or 5 days
at the
ago. Did
beginning.
you really?
Yeah, that's the one I just played at the beginning of the live. Yeah, is that we have one just a few days back too. It's a
Yeah, a
couple.
few days back. I remember that. Did I miss one? Really?
Yeah, I guess that's why you're confused. You're saying someone there's another one coming. Yeah, you missed the one from last night. It already happened. Justin, the one they changed the name. I think it was like they're all with the J's. So I'm like, damn, Johnny's about to get a freaking haze. Our boy Johnny's about to get his name on it. I'm like, your name starts with a J. Get ready.
And
You
the
are
J is
about to
so
get
hard
a
for you to pronounce.
freaking
It's really
pack.
Yanni. It's
Yeah,
pronounced Yanni. Don't get it wrong. It's Yanni.
yeah,
It's Jacob. Um, yeah,
Jacob.
don't get it wrong.
Oh
It's
yeah,
pronounced with a
yeah,
Y.
that's right. Jacob, Yanni, like all these people.
That's
Justin,
right.
like these guys are gonna get a freaking pack.
Yeah, I got it mixed
Awesome.
up. I'm sorry, man. I've been on the road. I've been traveling so much. I sleep like 13 hours a day and I drive like 20 hours a day. So yeah, I missed out. I didn't know. I thought now you go
No,
back about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we did announce that these launches were going to come up. We knew they were going to happen. Didn't have exact dates, or if we did, we couldn't give them out. But yeah, I guess I missed out on the last one. I
yeah, the
thought that
last
was
one
a
was last night, Justin, and then the one for hypersonics is the one that kept getting pushed back. So that one is still now. We don't know when that one's gonna happen. But yeah,
yeah.
Justin
They
and
don't
all
get
all
they
of
don't
the
get counted against electron launches. Like when they count
that's what it
electron
is.
launches,
Yeah.
yeah, they don't count those.
You don't
Um,
think so? But no, I thought they were like they were counting them. They haven't updated the website. Yeah, I noticed that too. They're only showing 70. That 70 launches on an Electron website, but they are counting the last few that they did though. It's just I
No,
think they
they
need to
don't.
add up.
They're not counting. Well, maybe a few of the haste launches, but majority of them they're not counted as far as a electron launch or overall
Mm.
launch because they're classified. And we're going to continue to see that moving forward. There's going to be a lot more classified launches.
I mean, yeah, they're not gonna post it right away, but they should count it. It still counts as a launch.
Well, yes, as far as investors, it counts. But all right, so let's say you're at I don't know, Cape Canaveral, and you say I want to launch, you know, 24 launches this year, and you have to go through all these, different regulations and paperwork
Mhm.
or whatever, and you get approved for a certain amount of launches per year. That's fine. Um, well, if you're the U.S. government, you don't have to have all that paperwork or that approval because you're the fucking U.S. government. You do what you want to do. That's the advantage of being at Wallops. It's not like you can just
I know,
like,
I
hey, I
hear, I
want.
get what you're saying, but like on the website, like they should still count it. It's still a launch, and still we're getting paid for it. So they should
Oh
like,
yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Well, on
yeah,
the website's one thing. As far as what's on the books, that's another thing. As far as what's going to happen, as far as you know, what's actually being counted as far as money. But yeah, getting on Wallops, that's not easy. It's
no,
not
yeah, we
easy.
know.
Yeah, or launching from anywhere is not easy. Just launching it. Look what what if all right. So Firefly, that was
Oh, yeah,
fun.
I was gonna get to that because, like, funny enough,
Come
like,
on, man. Come
you
on.
remember that I
Come on.
posted like, no, the craziest thing is the camp. Like Chris Kemp, he was talking in a conference and he was talking about Rocket Lab and how, oh yeah,
Oh, he
Electron, like
talks mad shit.
he
That's my
talked
boy.
shit. Yeah, he said he talked a lot of shit. And he said like, oh yeah, the Astra, and then it was
That's
too
my
small.
boy.
And the Electron is too small too, and like there's not a market for him. Means in the meantime, like Electron keeps getting contracts for a small rocket, which is good. But then at the same time, he was talking shit about about Firefly. He said that I guess they had a contract, like they were buying engines from them, and then when he was getting them, they were not good, and the cut didn't mesh, and it was a headache for engineers. So pretty much, he even said it that the engines were garbage, and like he did a weird laugh. He's like, "Oh yeah, that company that went public." And he took my post. It's so freaking weird. And like I'm like, it's soon enough, like 5 days after I posted that, I made a small clip out of it. It got like 200,000 views. The freaking Firefly comes out. Oh yeah, our freaking, I guess the booster 7
What?
blew up.
What?
And I'm like, man, these people, like, they are garbage. So yeah, like booster 7, like, is blew up. So now that's gonna open another freaking investigation, FA investigation. Because remember, they had the failure on the with the second stage, that the bell hit the first
Yeah,
stage,
yeah.
blew up, whatever. And now they were grounded for that, and now they were supposed to like clear to start launching again. But now this is gonna ground them again, and it's gonna open up more investigations. I'm like, Firefly's just a mess, bro. But what really sucks is that we need them to launch for the Big Tits Haze mission so we can launch our port. And I'm wondering if freaking Rocket Lab, honestly, the Space Force should be like, you know what, guys? We can't wait on you. We need somebody that we can count on. We need Rocket Lab to launch both of these freaking satellites because we can't sit here idle and wait for you guys to come to get your shit together. Meanwhile, China and Russia is freaking like building drones and satellites and all this crazy stuff. We can't
And
really
that's
sit and wait. You have to use SpaceX and Rocket Lab. That's what you got to go with. And like if I was a general in the Space Force, I would go straight up to freaking Trump and be like, "Now, we need to give this contract to Rocket Lab, and we need to make this happen ASAP." And then have freaking Rocket Lab launch both of those freaking satellites and complete that mission. We need that thing to get done. It's like kind of like an emergency right now. I mean, we scaling up to go be ready to go to war with China. So like, it is crazy. You need these missions. You can't lose time.
Well, it's a
Yeah,
positive. It's a
Oh,
positive for Rocket
I
Lab.
think they were saying something.
well, I was
Go ahead.
just going to say, Francisco. Yeah, I've been thinking about that, particularly that Victor's Hayes mission for the last few weeks, and that delay is not good at all. Especially
No.
when Rocket Lab's been sitting ready to go now for a while.
Mhm.
So you're right. They got to the generals have really got to start throwing their weight around and saying, "Hey, we need this up in the sky, and we need somebody who can get it up there." So, be interesting to see what happens. Whether they've got the thing is they've got options. It's not as though they're
Mhm.
absolutely stuck. They've got alternatives that they can do, and
Yeah.
with the shake up at the with the top brass, a day or so back, you would think they'd have the right people in there now.
Yeah, I agree. And I looked it up, and I believe the satellite it
That's a
only
good
weighs
point.
like 200 and something kilograms. So Electron can definitely launch that satellite. So I'm like, why not give it to freaking Rocket Lab? Have them launch the damn thing and do the mission and complete that mission. That needs to be done ASAP. So just give it to Rocket Lab.
Maybe,
What do you
Well,
think?
maybe
we're going to
they'll,
see that happen. We're going to see that happen as
Yeah.
obviously, space is hard. Um, we've seen we've seen our boy Chris Kemp go sideways, um, very sideways. Firefly is supposed to be building out in Wallops in the next year, but they're not.
Right.
They're not executing. And you know me, man.
And
I kind of like Firefly.
man,
Um,
I liked them at the beginning, not anymore, man. Like now they were just a mess. I wouldn't even invest in them, not even now. I mean, they took a dive. They were like
oh,
trading at
not.
$24
I'm not
today.
gonna. You
Well, I
know me.
won't tell anybody or put money in it.
I'm not
Look at
investing in them.
your boy Brett. He made a comment here. He said, "I'm scared. Firefly is in close proximity to LC3, and that is actually scary." I am with Brett on that. That's right. Like a Firefly is supposed to be building a Wallops. It's
At
people.
Wallops, at Wallops, which is close to DC.
Ouch.
Yeah, if you're gonna blow up on the pad, that's scary. We got water
Mhm.
issues, man. We got to worry about water issues at Wallops and blowing up. We can't do we can't do that. um, I'm kidding about the water issues,
Yeah. Well,
obviously.
here's the other thing that I talk about Firefly. Firefly has not got their freaking alpha rocket off the ground like 100% clear. Like you got a cadence going, and they're so busy trying to freaking open a launch pad in Japan, in what is it, in Sweden, and like in all over the freaking place, and they haven't even been able to freaking launch. Like, come on, boys, come on. And they only
No,
take
so
credit. They won IPO because they only take credit for the moon landing. But the moon landing, honestly, in my personal opinion, it was successful because they used freaking Rocket Lab software. I am
they
sorry,
did,
but
they did,
that's what
they
happened.
did. 90% or 80% or whatever it was. I don't say it's 40%. I don't care. But communications, there is no way they were doing that without Rocket Lab. No way. There's no way. And yeah, we joke about it all the time. That space is very hard, and we look back 5 years, and we're seeing all these specs come up with Virgin Galactic, Virgin Orbit, um, uh, Astra, all these companies, and where are they now? They're gone. They're nowhere. They sold out to who? Rocket Lab. Um, that should tell you something. It's not easy. What Beck does, what Elon Musk does, is a very difficult thing. So if it comes to like an investor's, standpoint, attitude, you got to be careful where you put your money in, and you can't just hope for the best. You got to kind of trust into the leadership. And man, Beck is that guy's a great leader. I know you met him personally.
Yeah, he's
Um,
nice, great guy.
guy's a great guy. He's a great guy.
Yeah, I pulled up that the rocket, not the rocket, that the satellite that the Firefly is supposed to launch before Rocket Lab launch our satellite is by True Anomaly, and like it's a Jackal, and it's 300 kilograms, so it's just right there. I know the Electron is rated for 300 right now, but it's not. It's higher than that because we know that we got upgrades on those batteries, and they lower the weight and increase that. What is it? I'm sure increase their power or something. Because last time they did that, it went up from 150 kilograms to 300. So I'm pretty sure that they can carry more than 300 kilograms. So they definitely can
It's
do
over
this.
300. It's definitely
Yeah,
over 300. It's like 324,
at
327,
least
something like
320
that.
something. Yeah, at the
Yeah.
very least, the 320s. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just hoping that Peter Beck and somebody, we got some ex generals that work at Rock Lab. I hope that they picked up the phone because let me tell you, if I was working at Rock Lab, the first thing I would have done is pick up that phone and call somebody. I'm like, right, you guys can't wait. Give us that mission. I'm sure the government can pull that from Firefly and give it to Rocket Lab. I don't see why not. And that's some interesting. That's an interesting one because that's like 20 something $1 million. That's a really good mission. You get
That's a
paid for
lot of
that.
money. That's a
Yeah,
lot of money. It really
yeah.
is. But the thing is that so we see a lot of these contracts where they're 20 million, 10 million, 15 million. Um,
Mhm,
they kind of get thrown under the radar a little bit. Um,
mhm.
and then you look ahead about 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, they become like $150 million contracts. They become big, big
Right.
contracts. Look what just happened with Inspective out of Japan. We
Mhm.
got another 10, 10 launch contract or 10 satellite contract with Inspective.
But yeah, but
It
it
always
tells me
starts
right
off
now
small.
how they trust the Rocket Lab. Japan and South Korea, they're like there's a lot of companies working with Rocket Lab, and I like that. And then we're about to close that deal with Mynaric. Man, that's gonna open up Europe so big, and I think that combination is gonna really gonna be open up the door for a lot of big contracts out in Europe and in the Pacific. Yeah,
Yeah, 100%, one
can't
hundred
wait,
percent.
man. I can't wait. I think that some people don't see it, but I think the Mynaric deal is such a big deal, such a
Oh
big
my
one.
god! Oh my god! Um, uh, Communications. So I've seen some people like they're like I'm worried about like people thinking too much about it being like an attack or an aggressive kind of vehicle. Um, I'm seeing more of communications, um, which communications can be undervalued in a lot of ways, but there's a lot of use cases for that.
Hmm.
And again, you go back to data centers, right back to Virginia, right back on Earth,
Hmm.
um, and communicating this that intel. That can be huge. It can be very
Yeah,
huge.
yeah. See how much we got. We got 30 minutes. I'm gonna go through some headlines that I see here. We're talking about people like how stuff is heating up, like in Europe. Like we had this France taking over this chip, I guess, because Russia was sending some drones out of it to Denmark, and I'm like, oh, that's has to be good for pace, I would think, and the drone companies. But you seen this that there was some news that broke before we started the live. This dark pool, and I guess look at these numbers, Chris. Rock Lab dark pool explodes 255 million plus flow. What do you think about that?
255 million float, really?
Yeah, whoever posted Tech
On
Innovation posted this, and it's a dramatic scale and compared to previous days. He put some days before, like September 26, 14 million. 29, September 29, 15, September 30th, only 5, and then today, October 1st, 255 million flow. Like it's crazy. It's a sharp
so
increase in institutional flow could signal strategic accumulation ahead of major catalysts. Do you think somebody knows something? Here's the big question. Do you think people know about Golden Dome? mean, I think we're pretty set, like with the Minera, Gios, and like everything going on with the solar panels. I think we're in a good position. I think. What do you think? What do you guys
All right,
think?
so all right, so no, no. All right, so we saw what we see now in haste. 6 months ago, a year ago, back in January, maybe.
Mhm.
So we know that Wall Street is always behind. They're going
Mhm.
to be 6 months, a year behind, 8 months behind, give or take. We just had a government shutdown. We're seeing markets kind
Oh,
of pull
yeah.
back a little bit.
Well,
We're also
Rocket Lab
seeing
didn't pull back, which is good. They didn't pull back like that. It's staying 46,
they did.
47.
They did. That's my point. That's exactly my point, man. Is that the markets are starting to finally wake up and go, you know what? Um, we have few options when it comes to viable um, investments when it comes to the Golden Dome. There's not a lot of companies out there like a Rocket Lab. There's very few.
Mhm. Mhm.
So just like we saw about, I don't know, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, we saw a big boost in Rocket Lab when it comes to Wall
Mhm.
Street. Good chance that we'll see that again and
Yeah,
push
they
us up
most
to
likely
that
definitely getting. Yeah.
75, 85, dollar mark before the end of the year.
I mean, think about it. I think we are about to hit a lot of headlines right now. We have the twins, the hopefully Blue Origin. I mean, they just posted a video of the rocket on the in the factory all together, so they got it all put together. So that's good news. Maybe they will launch on time, but we have the twins. They're gonna be launched. That's gonna make headlines. Even though I'm mad at NASA because they made a post and they only talk about Blue Origin. They didn't give credit to Rocket Lab. So it sounds kind of like if you don't really know, you would think that Blue Origin is launching their own satellites going to Mars, which I don't like. Almost that headline, someone gave you credit to freaking Blue Origin, and I
We're
don't
not
think
going to
that's
see the
fair.
credit.
But
We're not
but
going to see the credit given to Rocket Lab until it's too
that's
late.
yeah. But
What I mean
anyways, we
by
got
that,
that. We got the twins. We got the LockSat. You know that's a big mission. We're already picking up on Haze missions. And what else we got coming? Neutron for sure. Those are going to be headlines. I think catchers headlines. Second stage hot fire. That's going to be a headline. Obviously, when Neutron is on that
oh,
pad,
big
that's
time,
a headline. So there's a lot of
big
catalysts
time.
coming up. Any contract between that with the SD8 or Golden Dome, there's a lot of stuff coming up. Well, there's a lot of cool missions that are going to happen. The two satellites to Mars, definitely a big one, the LAXA had, and the big that Haze was supposed to happen. Now imagine if we get that launch from Firefly. That would be that's going to be crazy because now I think the whole mission we got 20 something $million too for that one. So if you get another 20, that's going to be that'll be crazy if we get both launches. The Rocket Lab can
So
take the whole thing.
if we go onto the Rocket Lab website showing the um, advancement of Neutron in the build out,
I could do that
and
right now. Give me a second.
we're watching, yeah, we're watching that,
No,
right?
keep talking. I'll bring it up.
And
Keep.
we're waiting for all these little yellow dots or green dots to come up. And what did Beck and Spice say 2 or 3 years ago? We're going to tackle the hardest parts first,
Hmm.
and it's going to go very slow, and then
Yeah,
all of a sudden things are going to ramp up very fast
yeah.
because they're tackling the engine, which we talked about in the past. The Archimedes
Well,
engine,
taken
as you guys
care of.
know, big issue for me. Um, Cryogenic pressure testing.
Yeah, but
They're
that's all
doing
taken
hard
care of because
parts.
they said, I wonder if
It's all
that's
been
the
taken
stage.
care of. Exactly.
Yeah, because that stage two like should be at Wallops already. Because when I was there, they told us that the stage two was already being transported to Wallops. It should be there by now, and I'm just waiting to see that half fire. But I don't know if you can see. I pulled it up. So why you so the path to lift ups and yeah, like where we at?
It's
This
going to
month,
happen very, very
yeah,
fast.
all this stuff is
Now
about to get
you
green.
were at Wallace. You were there. You were right here, like next to my house, and you were there for the high fire test. or not the high fire test, but the wet dress rehearsal. Not the extreme, but the stuff the TV kind of wet dress rehearsal. You got wet. They sprayed water on you guys.
Oh no,
Um,
no, he was yeah when they cut the ribbon cutting for the opening of the pad. Yeah, I was there, yeah, and Peter Beck pushed the button, and we all got wet. Yeah,
yeah,
that was pretty
yeah.
cool.
So
Yeah, so that's
now,
still taken care of. Like, I mean, it's already like the pad is done. What we're waiting on is all these other yellow ones to green up. Like, they should be coming up pretty soon. Surprised that the engine qualification is still yellow, so that should be green, I think. But I mean, we're already October 1st. October, we got 3 months to make this happen. But with Rocket Lab, they don't really post a lot of stuff, and they don't really update us really like other companies. It is Rocket Lab. You see this stuff happening, and the news coming out as stuff is happening. And Peter Beck keeps all this stuff like to his chest, all the cards to his chest. So yeah.
yeah, unless you email somebody and make them update it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, you that's
Eastern,
funny.
yeah, I've done that a few times. Eastern Shore, they did the Haze launch of Wallops. He said there's still no sign of stage 2 at Wallops yet. I don't like that. I mean, why it's taking too long? Maybe it is there. Maybe it's under the tent. I don't know. It might be somewhere. I hope so. But I mean,
It's on
they
the dark
said he
side of the
was in.
sun, man. It's on the dark side of the sun. It's in orbit somewhere.
I mean, that's one, and I don't know what other like catalysts you think we got. I mean, we can get the Mars mission, that either they're did what is it, the Mars sample return or the communications, whatever we can get those. That will be crazy because that's you're talking about billions of dollars. We
Well,
could
see,
potentially in the end of the year now when once the government freaking shut down, like when they decide to open the government back up, we can go up pretty quick, in my opinion, if we start getting some of these contracts and catalysts moving quick.
well,
So,
that was my point, right? So for months, we've been watching these yellow dots, green dots, maybe waiting for the transition into neutron becoming a reality,
mhm,
and now we have all these outside catalysts going on, and
mhm,
so to a degree, we've kind of forgotten about neutron a little bit. I mean, we're all looking towards it, but in the same aspect, it's we're not looking at the page every day. Is it going yellow? Is it going green?
yeah,
And what did Beck and Spice say? Months, if not years ago. Once we get to
yeah,
a certain stage, we're going to see green lights going off like crazy.
yeah.
Wobbs
And the
is open, man.
mission, like I
There,
pulled up the mission.
Wobbs
The,
is open. Wobbs is ready to go.
mhm.
We're looking at neutron parts being shipped in, barge acquisition being opened up. It's a matter of time.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Like, I'm in the missions page, and like the barter industry, like that's already all done. The mission to Mars escapade, that's gonna be done pretty soon here. The Venus one, I think that's on standby, but the Laxat, that's the one we're talking about. That's coming up. Global Star, I believe the last buses should be shipped out by the end of the quarter too. So that one's gonna be done. Bex's Hayes, I hope we get the other one, but that's the one that I really wanted this mission to be done too. That's gonna give us so much data, and it's gonna put Rocket Lab like right there in everybody's minds that opened the Pentagon and all these generals. It's just more stuff, more data, and again doing another mission that is gonna put Rocket Lab ahead of everybody.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I just
Totally
need
agree, man.
this mission to happen. I really wanted this one, man. But you see, if you look at all these missions, they're all like some of these hates already happened. These some of these ones are gonna happen next. The Blast Guy, Hawkeye, like those are all gonna happen. But yeah, this thing
Yeah.
is getting clear up, and I have talked about this before, where you see like how a factory floor should be very empty and clear. Right? There should be a lot of space for them to be walking on working on flat lights. And I am hoping that that's what they're doing. That they're not wasting time. Since we got the solar panels and a bunch of stuff, the space system, just put a light together of one or two, three, whatever you can, and put it on that freaking neutron and send it up. Don't waste a neutron because you're obviously gonna have the floor space to work on them. All this stuff is gonna be gone. All that stuff is gonna be gone by the end of the year. And it's if not, like these satellites are all gone.
Yeah.
This is
So
pretty
why waste?
crazy. So,
Why waste?
no
Why
time
waste
and
it?
space, and maybe manpower too, because obviously there's nobody working on anything else. So why not use the manpower and like work on the satellites? That's just my opinion. What do you think?
I I no, I gotta agree, man. We gotta get to the chats. I know there's a few people in the chats like
I mean, they
dying
got
to get in here,
questions.
but
No,
but
we got. I've been posting like I don't see any questions. I just been like posting a lot. He was talking about the Australia stuff that he was agreeing that with us in the Australia like for reentry for that mission. But now there's not a lot. My box says hi. You know, we got a few people, but I don't know. I think the haze is gonna pick up.
uh, we gotta save. All right, so the flatellite, man. That's something else we gotta get into later. I got some info on flatellite or flatlight, whatever it's called. Sorry, guys. I've been up a while. It's been a long day. Um,
You want to
but
call it a day? Now we just wanted
yeah,
to catch up with the haze, two launches within like a week. That's pretty cool. I'm happy. Sure, a lot of people are happy to see, even though it doesn't get the headlines because it's top secret missions. But it's good to see two missions happening so quick, one back to back like that, and hopefully that's the beginning of like the haze picking up the pace because we definitely want to see that, see some money coming in. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna. I think we're gonna get more contracts out of Japan and South Korea soon. Yeah, some catalyst coming. Pretty sure I'm
yep,
happy. We
yep.
just can wait. Oh, we got anything else like I guess Blue Origin getting their stuff ready. We see that ASTS showed a picture. That I guess they got some of the Bluebird 6 all done, so that made the stock pop. Yeah, we talk about like Firefly blowing up, and the stock went down like 50% already. But yeah, no, space is we're gonna see the same players. We always said it's gonna be SpaceX, then Rocket Lab, and then Blue Origin. And Blue Origin, I just have them because they got so much money from Bezos, and they're gonna make it just with all the lobbyists, all that money that they're pumping and putting in politicians' pockets. I guess I don't know connections, but yeah, those are gonna be my three big players there. Oh, and by the way, like yeah, I know people are giving me crap. Like I guess people think I sold my Rocket Lab for Redwire. I did not do that. I did wanted to make a play, and I had like when Elon got mad with Trump, I sold like I made some money with Tesla and some of the stocks that I trade, like Nike, Coke, and when they go down, I do some trades on the side for fun. And I did when what was it like I sulfide. I had thousands of shares. I sold some of them, and I sold some Rivian when it went to 16 back in the day. And I had some money that I had made on some trades, and I ended up buying some Redwire, thinking that I could make a lot of money. And then like it was gonna be a quick trade before the coin. I was gonna sell it for a quick trade and put it into Rocket Lab. Me being greedy, and that didn't plan out. But no, I didn't sell no Rocket Lab shares. Like that's just crazy. I have my position, and I'm gonna be in that position for a very long time. It's not happening. Just wanted to make that clear. But yeah, what do you guys think? Like anything else you guys gotta add?
Hey, tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow is a brand new day. Um, I get on the road. I think, I think I leave Monday. I think I leave Monday. So Monday midday, Monday sometime afternoon, going live. Um,
Okay.
I'm driving to Dallas, Texas. That'll be a lot of fun. Uh, but yeah, tonight was obviously fun.
It's colder night,
We
yeah.
always speculate, man. We always got some different, crazy, outside the box ideas. But thanks for
Yeah,
joining in. We loved it.
yeah,
Tomorrow's
catching up a
gonna
little
be
bit.
different. Yeah, we'll do it again. Down
Nobody's
to do it
doing
again.
spaces, so we had to come on and say something, especially after two haze launches. But yeah, I think in my opinion, Rocket Lab is looking great, better than ever. And unfortunately, that failure of Firefly is kind of good news for Rocket Lab in a way. So, but yeah, that's what we got is Chris, Francisco, and today we got Dave D from New Zealand. They join us. But yeah, thank you guys. We just wanted to do a quick update on everything that's going on Rocket Lab and a little bit of space news. You guys have a great night. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. We have more coming.
Thanks, Christo.
Promise.
Thank you, Dave.